Yes, obviously everybody knows Nigeria is not for the weak. And that's why I have to chase a very big goal. And the kind of goal that I want for myself is not the one that has Onana. Welcome to very big time again. Hello and welcome to another wonderful episode of the Weekend Sports right here on Voice of the People TV. I remain your host and my name is Kizike. I have big guys with me right here in the studio so we can talk this through. You would not say you did not see what happened on Thursday. Andrea or Nana, I would not even go. Rihanna know we can play that song. Oh Nana, and she first played the song before Nana did this thing. So it's like she saw it coming. But quickly on the show, we'll tell you something about the Super Eagles, just the way it unfolds, and a very big one. Where we say people don't they fail. When they fail, they want to find what they want to take. Just saying, are you doing? Are you not doing? But let's just talk about the guys who we have here in the studio. I'll start with the man just by my side. Waiting to tell no one for area, say Matt's not too good. If you get this camera for your show, go try make the remote time. If you don't enter 44. Try to bring and down before you enter 7. Make no go carry out for Abuja, not be me talking. Now, another man where you sit there outside. If you see him, don't worry. People don't make him. Now, sir. So, let's start with the Ikechukwu. I have Ikechukwu, the Oracle, here in the studio to talk about this one, the weekend sports. Ikechukwu, great Saturday. Great to have you.
Well, good morning, Kizzy. It's, good morning, David. And good morning, our viewers. And they say now, person don't make an injury, person don't make them.
Right, yeah, I can say that.
So, it's so good to be here, Kizzy. And I must say that, Onana
right.
is one name I don't want to hear this week.
Oh, you don't want to hear Onana?
This week,
okay.
At least for my mental health.
Right.
As a United fan, I'm yet to recover for what happened
yesterday.
But we thank God that.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, football is.
Yeah. Okay, so let me talk about the man that's always saying football is our biscuit. You never know where it cracks from. And then also a Manchester United fan on the show today. Maybe he might be saying his feeling because during the week I recall I was saying it. I felt so much like Declan Rice. I mean, that free kick was amazing, astonishing free kick. But not be Onana. So I cannot feel like Onana. But let me meet David. Maybe he wants to feel like Onana. David, great to have you. Good morning.
Very good morning to you, Kizzy, and of course to our viewing audience. Well, interestingly, they say a corporation I make rice football, but not the kind of corporation of Onana.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so let's get into top point quickly. But I'd like to start the show by saying if this show not sweet, may not go hold Onana, not be because but just what it is. Now let's talk it and say the way it is. This one is very deep. Sincerely, no hype. We start with the first one. We have World Cup qualifiers still on the NFF blame Super Eagles draw with Zimbabwe on saboteurs. Now, a board member of the Nigerian Football Federation, name withheld, you can say withhold, has attributed that the Super Eagles 1-1 draw with Zimbabwe at the Gosola Kwara International Stadium, held and holding that to internal sabotage within the NFF. The anonymous member expressed concern that certain factors and factions are actively working against the Super Eagles in that very one, where we have our own president still on the job, Ibrahim Zukuzo, and then just about to bid for re-election. I'll tell you now, after a poor start to their campaign, the Super Eagles initially regained hope following a 2-0 victory against Rwanda. But long story short, I tell you, the members, the board members, you could call them the committee, emphasized that the draw was not the players' fault and referenced past challenges faced by Amadio Pinnick related to the World Cup qualification. He also pointed out that the Super Eagles have yet to win any home matches during the 2026 World Cup campaign. Currently, you need to know Nigeria is sitting fourth in the Group C with 7 points from 6 matches, while South Africa leads the group with 13 points. Rwanda, Benin Republic are second and third respectively with 8 points each, followed by Lesotho with 6 points and then Zimbabwe with 4 points. Now, before I have the guest talk on the show, let me just quickly say this. I've never seen this happen before. Sincerely, no hype. I've never seen where a federation is coming out to ponder blames within themselves and saying some certain people are the reason why this is happening. Now, you would recall that back in 2018, we were at the Russia World Cup. Russia 2018, we were at the World Cup. Now, you take it to 2022. And I like to say, if Nigeria miss this World Cup, I don't know where I will go. The question will come and say, how can I sleep this night? Because as it stands now, it could be at the detriment of the nation. Now, what am I saying? Amadio Pinnick, we didn't make it to the World Cup 2022. He wanted a rerun. The third time, it not work. Now, there's a talk now that's saying, some people within inside their committee, so now make Nigeria go draw. Say, even that goal, not be a concourse. That's the one that she went away scholar goal, not be a con. Say, not be Super Eagles player, not be chill. Say, wetin make Nigeria draw that match. Now, some committee members, now do you understand it? But maybe the man I have here, who knows more about this. I think he can. Maybe he knows more. He likes the NFL. He can go in. When he talks, he tell you more about it. He knows like the inside. Ikechi, please tell me what's going on. Why are they putting blame on themselves? No, it's not. No, I know you know it. You know that.
If he started working with the NFL.
All right.
But the thing is, right? I mean, there are certain things you hear. Sometimes you start wondering, you know, the part of the world where, as Nigerians, where we stay.
Right.
I'm trying to understand if it is a member of the NFF that gave that pass to Shinawa. No, because when we make statement, we should be able to actually internalize the statement and understand where whoever it is that is making this anonymous claim is coming from. So is it the member of the NFF that made that through ball to him and then played the ball behind Sterling Nwabali? Or is it the member of the NFF that said, you know what, take out Victor Osimhen?
Enter the spirit of
No, take out Victor Osimhen at that moment, time of the game, and bring in, you know, Victor Boniface. Is it the member of the NFF that said, you know what, after you score your goal, just go to bed, relax. Then in the 80th minute of the game, allow them score.
I like those questions.
Oh, okay. Maybe that one is not clear. So is it a member of the NFF that asked Wilfred Ndidi to be run like the woman with the issue of blood? Because when we make statements, we should understand what we are saying.
Right.
Because yes, we know that the NFF fumbled the big time by appointing the coach late.
Yeah.
We know that the NFF also have their hand in this particular team that played the double header against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. We know that. If you blame the NFF for that, I will agree.
Okay.
But the truth is, before this particular game, we all saw it coming. That our most difficult game is going to be the Zimbabwe game. The Super Eagles is just like Arsenal. They turn up against a team that is perceived to be higher or in good shape, and then when they meet a team that is perhaps their size or below them, they go to bed. That is what they've always. And we talked about this particular Zimbabwe game before it came. We said if as far as our group is concerned, the most experienced manager in that particular group is the Zimbabwe coach. He did the same thing against Benin Republic. He came back from 2 goals down.
Right.
The man was part of the English backroom staff that went to 2006 World Cup. McKenzie is not a small coach.
True.
He's got a wealth of experience. And now we have a coach who barely know the boys.
That's the point.
And how many days?
So nobody wants to take this into cognizance. They want to believe they've done the right thing and then start picking holes in playing politics with our football. So tomorrow, if we play the next game and we won, they'll say they've settled. That's why we won the game. So it's no longer about the players again. It's now about, you know, the person that is aggrieved or the person that is happy about, you know, what's happening in the team. This doesn't make sense. When are we going to stop lying to ourselves?
Okay.
When exactly are we going to stop lying to ourselves? I mean, we are in this country where our president traveled to France and the French president traveled out of France.
What? Oh, okay.
It's still in the same country that snake swallowed money. And now we are hearing a new one that the problem is actually not from the boys. In fact, the boys actually allowed Zimbabwe to score that goal. Really?
So I want to understand. Are we saying could this be? I'm still with Ike. Let's talk this one. Could this be just glimpse of SEC that we're yet to have? Is it that they are sensing that we might not make it to the World Cup? Why is this coming now?
If you say, is it that they are sensing, Kizzy, you are not far from the truth. Absolutely. The truth is, these guys are beginning to look at, you know, a very, very good place to actually place themselves. That, okay, it's because you know how a board will want to fire a manager and they'll say it's because of backroom. He's unable to control, you know, his backroom staff. He's unable to address dressing room problem. All those sort of, football terminologies to actually excuse themselves from the major problem. The truth is, let's be very honest with ourselves. The goal was unfortunate. It is not the first time Zimbabwe have shown that they are going to come from the dead to actually get a draw in this particular group. They did against just recently, about 3 weeks or 3 days ago, against Zimbabwe, Republic of Benin.
Right.
They came back from 2 goals down. Just our own is 1, and now the whole NFF is trying to play politics. See, the truth is we don't have a team. 1, 2, whatever it is that they are doing with themselves does not concern us. If Ahmed Dupuni gets his re-election today, okay, Kizzy, We went to 2018 World Cup.
Right.
Ahmed Musa was not supposed to be part of that
Yeah.
team. Somebody said this is his slot, he should go.
And he went.
He went. We didn't win the World Cup.
Right.
Everybody went home and nothing happened. Right. This one now, somebody's slot is also in this team. If they are coming out to tell us, the reason why we fought against Zimbabwe is because somebody's slot was part of that starting lineup. Hey, we can have a conversation. You know, that one is tenable. Yes, this is what happened. But this is not the issue.
Okay. All right. David, just come in. Talk about
again, but my position here is, you said something, if we don't go to the World Cup,
right,
what would happen? The honest truth is, heaven will not fall. It's not the first time, it's not the second time.
It was so shameful. I mean, consecutively.
No, not shameless.
That's just what it is.
Who's the shameless now?
We are shameless.
Who are you people?
Nigerian national team is shameless.
Nigerian national team is just what it is. Okay. Look, in the words of Barrister Darlington Agumore, right?
Yeah, he quotes it.
It says, a snake will always be long. The NFF will always have excuses. And that is what they're trying to do. Right now, as it stands, they're only just trying to look for the easiest way out to take away the blame from them, and administratively they have faulted before now. So a lot of us even, in fact, we're even lucky to have gotten a result in Rwanda.
Yes.
We're super lucky to get a result in Rwanda. Quite a number of Nigerians have felt it's not going to happen afterwards.
David, let me even say something about that Rwanda game. Do you know, Kizzy, that before that Rwanda game, the same problem we have is what they have. They have a backroom problem.
Yeah.
The coach was sacked. A new person came in. He was trying to know the boys, and then a lot of key players actually were angry because they let someone go. So the team entirely was unsettled.
Like
yes, was unsettled.
They was unsettled.
Oh, we got that right.
And we got that right. So because we got that right, they didn't come at that time to tell us that it was because it was because of somebody in the NFF that allowed Victor Osimhen to score those 2 goals.
Okay, let me quickly get on this now. David, are you trying to say that the NFF are, I don't know, are they looking like they don't know? Is there a confusion in their midst?
Look, first off, I still question the part where Gusau is still the president of the NFF.
Did you mean? You're not in your head.
Because the last I checked,
he
should show us. See, when they talk for local palace, show us workings. Make Gusau show us workings of what he has achieved as the chairman.
Some people said he has done well.
What? Let's throw it out. What has he done? Baba don't know anything. But then,
what did you say?
He doesn't know Jack. When was the last time you heard him say anything?
Okay, wait. What if Nigeria makes it to the World Cup? Will you rate him?
Rate Gusau. I rate the boys that gave their all to making sure that the team gets to the World Cup.
Is there any ever time? Let's get this right. Would there ever be a time that the NFF will be rated like you said? Yes, this one have done well. Can you ever give them any that credit?
If they start doing the right thing. First and foremost, I still ask again, what is the plan of a Nigerian style of play? We're yet to even come to that. I mean, it's just like you saying the Brazilian team, you don't know what they want to play. I mean, Spain is another team you want to look at. We don't have a style. Good enough, the young man that is at the helm of affair in Nigerian Super Eagles right now is trying to really give an identity of what we should be playing.
Right.
And guess what? That is not what we will find in the 8th grade football of our teams. So if we have these fundamental problems and the NFF is not thinking of settling it in 1, 2, 3, 4 years in the least, come on. What are they doing there?
Okay, so let's wait to see.
They even help us bring some kind of projects they put for some states.
See, before we leave this show of Nigeria, let's get in 10 seconds. One thing we've always said is Nigeria will win all their matches next. 6 matches. Permutation. Okay, you don't buy your calculator.
4 matches now.
Now, no, 6 matches before.
Okay,
at that point.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, do you have a calculator? Have you bought a calculator?
I feel punch on my phone.
Because we heard that it's only when Nigeria have a game to play that's when we always do the permutation. Now, guess what? Our destiny does not lie in our hands.
In less than 5 minutes, we moved from 2nd to 4th.
So let's be factual now. Tell me the truth, David. Let me come with you. Can Nigeria make it to the World Cup?
It's
dicey. Give me a simple answer.
It's dicey. So in football, like I always say, it's like biscuits. You don't know where it's going to crack from. And as it stands, you might think South Africa will not falter. The same Zimbabwe will make them falter. You might think Rwanda will not falter. You just uncover that Lesotho is the one that is making them falter. But You do your job. Unfortunately, I felt Nigerian Super Eagles were just going to be lackadaisical in the second game. And you know what that thing means? You won away. The pride is there. On your home soil, become the king that everybody believes that you are.
Is there hope?
But unfortunately,
Can we make it to the World Cup?
there is a possibility.
That's not yes or no.
I can't say. So, looking at the fact that other teams are also playing well, I'm sorry, we might not make it to the World Cup.
Okay, you can tell me.
Maybe the playoffs, for the playoffs, maybe.
Okay, playoff.
Maybe.
Okay, which anyway, 7.88.
By the playoffs, maybe, yes.
You say yes.
Nigeria will make it to the World Cup.
Not way or straight.
Nigeria
How do they?
will.
How do?
Okay,
I think I can talk about how do they want to do it.
So this is it, right? This is it. Now, I'm not
It will
happy.
be permutation. You want to draw it now? Let's go.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy this thing happened.
Yeah.
Right.
But we are 7 points now.
Yeah.
Right? And then South Africa is
13 points.
13 points. If they withdraw it, so let's say
To be
10 points.
No, you go with what you have.
No, they will definitely.
So it must be
They-
deducted.
definitely.
Okay. All right.
That's what will happen.
That's even non-negotiable. It's
Okay.
actually-
So 10 points.
All right.
Now, we play South Africa because they are the biggest team now in
Right.
that particular.
You're
league.
right.
And they are the most structured as well.
with the style of play.
We beat South Africa head to head. We are through.
You beat
10
them.
points. Yes.
Are you sure you beat them?
That's what I'm saying.
In their home.
Nigeria know how to step up in games
In
like
times
this.
like
Trust
this.
me.
Okay.
My problem is not South Africa. I've always said it against Rwanda. It's not my problem.
Right.
South Africa is not my problem. Nigeria will find a way in that particular game. The problem is how do we beat the likes of Benin
Lesotho.
Republic, Lesotho.
Right.
That is where the major challenge is right at this point.
Okay.
So this is it, right? I know that none of them will win their 4 matches.
Right.
None of
Okay,
them.
okay.
None of them will win their 4 matches. So
All
that's
4 matches.
all 4 matches. None of them will win those games. So that's another layer.
So you mean Nigeria will win all
So
the matches?
Nigeria can win all their 4 matches.
You know, you remember you told me Nigeria.
like the
will
word
win-
he's using. He
You
said
know, you
can
told me
win.
Nigeria will win 6 games.
Yes.
But now we've stopped one.
NFF saboteur.
Well, just one of these. Not about him now. That's what they told us. Well, quickly, let's get to the next one now, where we have our biggest player. If question I ask there, if they call you, ask to say who be Nigerian best player, wait till you go talk. Some will say Ademola Lookman, so that's the king of African football. Some will say Victor Osimhen, but you want to check it by the stats and by the money and by the value. That's the word. Victor Osimhen happens to be Nigerian #1, and also before you can talk about King Ademola Lookman. Now both players are in the market, transfer market. The Ladep comes. We might be seeing, no, we might be seeing. I just feel like you believe in Bergamo, the Lades, talking about Gianpiero Gasparini and his lads. Ademola Lookman will be on the market, and Victor Osimhen, his release clause. I just see in Napoli who is ready. If they can let Vichy Kvaratskhelia, or can Vichy Kvaratskhelia, better word the name, leave the club for £70 million to Paris Saint-Germain, what more can be said? Victor Osimhen, I don't see him returning back to the club. Lukaku is on fire. Neves is playing well. Politano, they have got a very strong start. Now, guys, let's talk this through. Ikesh could tell me, Victor Osimhen, where is his next destination, first of all? Where should be his next destination? Now, we are hearing Galatasaray are ready to ponder more money, keep him in Turkey, but he's 26.
Well, with the options he's
having.
United,
And he's on form as well.
Chelsea, Arsenal.
Man United should be closest.
Uh,
Your club.
it's quite tough, right? And I'm not going to be speaking as a Nigerian.
Right.
I'm going to be speaking as a football lover.
Pundit, yeah.
Right. So now Chelsea amongst these 3 sides seems to be the team with the biggest
Money
project.
Okay, project.
Yes, project.
Okay.
And a player of Osimhen's caliber. Of course, he loves Chelsea. He's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
I mean, going to Chelsea will be a right move for him. Arsenal is that team that is more structured at this point. They've got to that level where they are not going to be looked as a team that cannot actually win a major title
Yeah.
at this
Right.
point.
They're always close.
So if you want to win a title in the next two seasons, then Arsenal is that place to be. But of course, Arsenal's project is shaky. We cannot really trust what they will do.
That's a new sporting director, Andre Berta, maybe.
Yes, no, perhaps right. He might come in. Then they've had series of sporting directors until Edu Gaspar came in and then helped them to actually get the right recruitment
Structure,
and then
right.
structure. But then he's no longer there. We don't know what this guy is going to do when he finally starts doing his thing. But for United, I don't know what United's project is. And like I always say, I will always want to hang on to what I know than uncertainty. We don't know how much of the bag that Ruben Amorim will be supported with next season to say, okay, Osimhen, you can actually go. So it's all about him sitting with these managers and then understand what the project is like, what they have in stock for him. Then it has to.
But where suits him more?
I think for me, Chelsea suits him.
Oh, Chelsea. Okay, David, tell me.
Well, from my end, I think where suits him more, I'm going to start from the last question.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal suits him more. He's going to net like Haaland. You think Haaland was scoring? Just find Osimhen in an Arsenal jersey, and that's if Arsenal would want to put in the money. But I don't know if any of us here in this table have seen the love Galatasaray has shown Osimhen.
Yeah, I mean,
in
he's
how
the most
many
loved
weeks.
player in Turkey.
I mean, I've not seen it in a long while. In fact, where I last saw such was Ademola Lookman, and of course, even the Osimhen in Napoli.
Right.
The love was, I mean, there was a video I saw. He just came out and saw where, and then there were some fans that gathered,
so much
and it was
so much.
the
Yeah, he does that a lot, right?
Like the love was crazy.
I have to be very honest. At this point, Osimhen is I think he should move out of Turkey. Osimhen is way.
You should not get confused with the love.
No. He should. I think he should just
Even
go
with the
out.
money.
Yeah, no. See, the truth is this.
Yes.
Perhaps I don't know what his plan is. They might bring in all the money, except which I don't think Galatasaray will be able to do at this point. If they have to bring in the right players to actually complement him, right? If they don't do that, Osimhen will just be one big player in Turkey, and then nothing is coming for him. No major championship in Europe. Perhaps win the Turkish league 5 times, yes, but then there's no major competition for them outside Turkey. And that's not what a player of his caliber wants. He wants to actually compete and then win the African Footballer of the Year. Perhaps go a notch higher than the number 8 in the Ballon d'Or. That's what we want to see in Victor Osimhen. He cannot achieve it in Turkey. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Okay.
So for this case, right, I want to believe that Osimhen's eyes should be outside. And why I actually said Chelsea again is because Osimhen's style of play suits Chelsea's pattern a lot.
Game, right.
Moving to Arsenal, you see, players are actually crafted for a certain kind of play.
Right.
There are certain players that can actually excel in certain kind of teams. And there are certain players that will go to certain teams and then they will find it's going to be a while before they find their footing. You understand? Chelsea look at Jackson. If Jackson is a good goal poacher, he would have been scoring a lot of goals.
So anywhere he goes, he starts.
Because that style of Jackson is not quite different from Osimhen in terms of how pressing and how chargy they are as attackers, right? But the difference is Osimhen has got a killer instinct.
And hungry as well.
Yes, more hungry in front of goal. So I still believe he's going to be a better replacement for. But going to Arsenal, I don't think he's going to be that player who wants to do this. This Osimhen does not look that.
No. So again, the project at Arsenal, for me, from my perspective, I think one thing that Arsenal is lacking presently, and which is the reason why even last season they had that problem, was having a number 9 who will deliver in the least 20 goals in a season. And trust me, Osimhen is that player. All of the passes, all of the crosses, he knows how to knock those balls in. But just like you mentioned, Jackson would have been another major player for Chelsea. But I mean, his physique is not that would command that power.
Osimhen, Chelsea. I mean,
Arsenal, yes.
Chelsea. So tell me, Lookman.
If Lookman is going to leave...
Not if he's going to leave, he should leave.
Yeah, he would definitely
The one that happened the last time was not even good to see. We had, substitution. What's the connection with Lookman and Ederson? Gianpiero Gasperini is coming to tell the media.
I saw that.
Why? Samasic, I know, plays more of that attacking role. And Ederson is the midfielder with to run.
Right.
So I don't understand why they would say they wanted to remove Ederson and there was no. Come on, see.
I saw that, and I just told myself Gasperini is pushing his luck.
Right.
And it's going to really go backfiring on him if, again, a player like Lookman leaves and he possibly struggles the way he's struggling again next season. He'll be fired before mid-season. It's not going to be far-fetched. But then for Lookman, where he's going to go, I think he's going to go to a club more of a flair, and of course where he can deliver more. Again, should an Arsenal team come for him, might just be it.
Hansi Flick loves him. I mean, he's been watching him from RB Leipzig. He likes him. He advised Barcelona. Now,
looking at that Barcelona team again, you want to say, who is he going to go bench in Barcelona?
Barca likes him, but Barca's project is more Nico Williams. But just saying,
would you advise
a Lookman to go to Barcelona?
No.
Why?
Because you would not get that game time that you desire. And that, again, is key for any player that really wants to, that has an ambition to want to do better.
So we can see on the screen every time. All right, Ikechi could tell me, Ademola Lookman, back to England maybe.
Maybe back to England. I think about 2 days ago we were hearing rumors of because of course, Hansi Flick also is looking at the possibility of getting Luis Diaz from Liverpool, and perhaps Liverpool might replace him with, Ademola Lookman. And
saying they don't want him anymore.
Yes,
Barcelona,
of course.
right?
Between Ademola Lookman and Luis Diaz for Barcelona is going to be a very interesting thing. For Lookman, I don't want to sound too cocky for him, but I want to believe that if he goes to Barcelona, he's going to play regularly. And the reason why Barcelona wants, a Nico Williams is because they need another, nuisance. Let me use that word. Another nuisance on the other side of the wing, like Lamine Yamal, who is going to pose constant threat. Now, if you look at the way Barcelona has been playing, what's his name? Rafinha. Yeah. Rafinha is that player who's
that's another player that
who's actually operating, who seems to be who is actually seems to be operating from the left. But if you look at how Hansi Flick is playing him, he plays between that row and drops into the center. So it shows that he's actually not the man that is going to be actually playing from that place if they get the right person to play from that position. Right. So yes, that settles the question of who is he going to be playing, who is he going to be playing ahead. Definitely, he's going to be playing that position and he's going to be playing comfortably. One person is going to be sacrificed in the midfield. Okay. And, of course, Pedri is going to play. Rafinha is going to play behind, Lewandowski. And then there's going to be perhaps a Caicedo.
So are you advising him to go?
Come on. He's hit the African Footballer of the Year should be able to start in any team in the world.
Yeah, anyway.
Big time, yeah.
And at this point, he's one of the best.
Okay, so let's talk about one man I respect so well. He's currently 32. He signed a new contract. He's been at Liverpool for 8 years, 394 appearances, 243 goals, 111, like 111 assists, and 8 trophies won. And that will continue again. Talking about no other name but Mo Salah. He has ended that talk about people saying where would be next for the Egyptian man. Mo Salah has ended months of speculations about his future by signing a new 2-year contract with Premier League leaders Liverpool. At 32, he has scored 243 in 94 appearances. So 243 goals in 394 appearances for the club since joining from Roma in 2017, making him the 3rd highest goal scorer. Now, I don't know if his dream is to chase Alan Shearer. I don't know. But now, this season, Salah has been pivotal in Liverpool's pursuit of their 20th English top 5 title. And that's what Man United don't like to see, but it don't happen. Now, I'll tell you, contributing 27 goals and 17 assists, helping the team maintain an 11-point lead with 7 games remaining. Mo Salah expressed excitement about continuing at Liverpool, emphasizing the team's potential to win more trophies. Now, during this time at Anfield, Salah has won multiple titles, including the likes of the Champions League, first league title in 30 years with Jurgen Klopp. He's also a 2-time Player of the Year and expected to win both honors again this season. Now, Liverpool's strong performance has persisted amid contract negotiation for key players like Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold. While Virgil van Dijk has indicated progress on the contract extension for Alexander-Arnold, is reportedly close to joining Real Madrid. Now, quickly, Mo Salah has been talked about over time. We've talked about Salah. Do we want to see Salah leave? Is he going to stay back? Should he go to the Saudi side? Of course, you can say he's a Muslim, But aside all of these talks, the truth of the matter remains that Salah is incredible. Salah should be talked about. Salah is great to watch. Now, when I talk about Mo Salah, people felt like he should have left when the vision is high. But when the vision is high, he still feels like, yes, I'm good to go. David, let's talk about Salah. Were you surprised? Because one thing I must talk about Liverpool now is the fact that Liverpool, Salah signing contracts, good for the club. Now, Virgil van Dijk is the next, but progressing is very close. Now, Alexander-Arnold, one of the greatest passers of the ball in the Premier League.
Already being shipped out to Madrid.
Yeah, and some say to me, Madrid will never call, and you don't want to get on the mobile. He's still of that age.
On the light if Madrid call you, go come out, you say.
The management will be angry with me if I don't go. Okay, so tell me, tell me about Mo Salah's contract. How good is it for Liverpool?
I think again, Mo Salah. If you ask me personally, I like to leave when the ovation is loudest.
Okay.
Sir Alex Ferguson did it. Van Persie also did it.
Right.
And quite a number of coaches and players. But here's my take. Would Mo Salah next season hit the records like he's hitting now?
But we know double figures is sure.
For his kind of player.
Yeah.
And at his age. Now, let's not also forget the intensity of the Premier League is not a joke. I mean, Thiago Silva
Right.
did say it, and he was very vocal about it. But then let's look at his person, his age, his love for the club. Why wait till the last days of the season before this contract will be signed? Better late than never. Yes, some people will say. There is also the Virgil van Dijk path that they have not finally concluded. Arnold is gone. Would Arne Slot at this point be able to build a team? Because let's also face it, Mo Salah will be phasing out in a couple of games as it stands. They definitely will be going to Europe.
Right.
That's the Champions League. They'll be playing the FA Cup. They'll be playing the League Cup.
He's 32. I mean, early 30s. Is it looking like his game is dropping? For you now, are you seeing his Salah? Let's be realistic.
His tempo is dropping.
Okay, you can say that.
Yes.
Are you seeing it?
His tempo is dropping. He might really be giving those goals and all of that, but
Right.
his tempo is dropping. The age is just what it is.
Yeah.
It's not like he's now a out-and-out winger that will run. And at that age, come on, man, it's going to be a bit difficult to keep him for another 2 seasons, and he'll be delivering the goods like he's been doing.
Is it
in the last
a
5
wrong
years.
signing for Liverpool? I mean, should they have let him go? So who gains from this? Who gains from this contract move?
Both
Is
of
it
them. Both of
win-win
them.
for both
definitely-
parties?
Yes, because I'm definite at this point. Salah is earning over 300.
Right.
And of course, it's a win for him in the Premier League. And to also think that Liverpool also wants him to stay to consolidate on some of the things that he's done, and maybe to add 1 or 2 players to that mix.
Yeah.
Then it's a win-win situation.
Well, if you ask me, I'm going to say I think Arne Slot knows how deep he will be, how they would struggle. I mean, that's the manager who would not want to see himself struggle in the second season. Having a Virgil van Dijk leave and a Salah leave.
There's no time he will not struggle.
I know. I'm just saying these guys are very
So
key.
it's more like he's postponing his evil days.
Yeah, but I mean, Salah staying back they just have to get someone to watch.
When would
Salah
he
play.
build his team? That's where I'm going. It's just like
So are you saying they should have allowed Salah go?
if
They
you
know
want-
what they want.
if you want to
Liverpool,
build-
I think, is a win for Liverpool.
Look, Casemiro came into Manchester United. We
Right.
believe that he was going to be that. I mean, it was about the first DM that Manchester United is going to get
Oh, such amount.
since God how many months and years.
It's such amount of money. Yeah.
So
To come
now
and
let's
clean
look
the
at the
ground.
fact that
Yeah.
they want to build. He throws that shit. Let's look at the fact that they want to build.
Right.
When would they build?
Okay, when would it be? Like, you can tell me about Mo Salah. Is this a win for both parties? Who's losing out?
Win for Mo Salah in terms of money.
Oh, okay.
Win for Liverpool because they managed to actually keep him in
At Anfield.
at Anfield.
Right.
The truth is this, right? Look at that contract. Liverpool, I want to believe they're actually keeping Salah because they want to start transitioning. And it will be so bad to actually allow your biggest and most experienced players to leave
Exactly.
all at
Totally.
once in
That's a big
one
time,
window,
yeah.
and then you get new bread.
More is it Cruz and Modric? You see that?
More is the Manchester United is suffering
if
right
you
now.
do that, I mean, that's what we are still suffering today in the Super Eagles.
Who's we?
The Super Eagles.
Okay, we Nigerians.
You remember in 2002, the squad that qualified for that World Cup didn't make it to that World Cup.
Yeah.
And that's when our football died. Because ever since, the quality of players that went to that World Cup, the same quality we've been inviting. You cannot see. If you look at a team, a properly structured team, the quality that they have is what it will always attract. Now we can just think of one player playing in Bromby and invite the player because the likes of Justice Christopher and
Right.
Co made it to
Yeah,
the World
Christopher
Cup.
Justice.
Ifitobore Soji and Co made it to the World Cup. We had a arguably the best team in Africa in 2002 going to that World Cup, but of course something happened and those guys didn't make it. The likes of Finidi didn't make it to that World Cup. But that's another story. Now let's look at Liverpool. This Liverpool side, going into the next season, they've already lost, like you rightly said, one of the greatest passer of the ball in England. Right. And that guy's contribution to Mo Salah's goals cannot be overemphasized.
Big time.
So naturally,
Big time.
Salah's number of goals is going to drop.
Drop. Big time.
That's one. Right. He and Salah operate on the same line. So there's this synergy in terms of how he moves, and then he understands
The tempo, almost
the
same
way he
and all.
moves. So he's no longer there. Now imagine you losing your key players in one line. You know what it means.
Yeah.
So no coach wants to do, no team wants to do that. Any team that wants to compete, we don't want to do that. Now again, they need a leader in the defense. Virgil van Dijk is a leader.
Yeah, true. World class.
If you take him out of that
With
Liverpool
intelligence.
defense,
They will dance boom, boom.
even if you bring
And the words
a
of
very
Jerry,
good
they
defender,
will suffer.
even if you bring a very good defender, right, leading that line will take more than a season. Again, it's going to be a big problem. We saw what happened against PSG because that team, that midfield is quite new.
Yeah.
They've not played together for a while, so they don't have that ability to actually look at the pressure they are dealing with. And let's face it,
Right.
if Paris Saint-Germain were to be an English side, it could have been a different game. But this is a different level. So they've not faced that as a team before. Next season is going to be different if they face that side again. So it tells you that players, the synergy a team enjoys, will always be key factor.
Yeah.
True.
Now,
True.
Liverpool just need to do one thing. It's a 2-year contract. Next season, allow Salah go and make the money back.
Oh,
Okay.
that's another point.
That's what they should do.
Business angle.
Could that be what they're planning?
Business angle. Is,
Perhaps very, very
But
possible.
what if Salah lives up to expectation next season?
It doesn't matter whether he lives up to Salah does not have another 3 years to give them.
True.
It doesn't. Let him play next season and let him go. Even if you can get 50 million off him, cool.
All right. So, good business for both sides.
Both sides good.
Okay, so let's talk about one man who a lot of people will not want to talk about, but I need to let you know that only Leicester City has considered first in more matches than Manchester.
Can we close this show?
That Manchester United, I must tell you. Now, Europa League, you saw what happened. Today is Saturday, so you all saw what happened on Thursday. Now, let me tell you, Ruben Amorim defended Manchester United goalkeeper, or he's really defending him, Andre Onana, following his 2 critical errors in the 2-2 draw against Lyon in the Europa League quarter-final first leg. Before the match, Onana faced a lot of criticism, and also from Lyon's player, Nemanja Matic, who labeled him as one of the worst goalkeepers in the club history. The Lyon fans booed him, and then you can say he mishandled a free kick that allowed Lyon to take an early lead. After goals from Lenny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee briefly putting Man United ahead, Onana's second mistake led Ryan Cherki, who was lost in that game. He was nowhere to be found. Tolisso was just giving all those passes, but we didn't see him. Equalized at the end of the game. Now, on the show today, the guests I have here who are United fans, they will tell me how Onana would have done it with the positioning. Now, I must tell you, Ruben Amorim acknowledged that mistakes happen in football and emphasized the importance of focusing on the upcoming second leg. Despite remaining unbeaten in Europe this season, the late goal left the team feeling deflated, with their only chance for Champions League qualification resting on the Europa League, and that's just what they want to do. They want to target this one also with Ange Postecoglou. Now, Amorim believes that the next match will eventually be a balance for them, and then they will take advantage of playing at Old Trafford. Yoro Aleni, who scored in the first goal for United, expressed optimism about their prospect, while Cherki has said that Lyon felt confident after their performance and aimed to win the return leg, suggesting that United set up indicated fear of Lyon. Now, did they fear Lyon or Olympic Lyon? I don't want to believe so. I love this man you have on your screen. I so much have this love. If they say camera reach down, I go sweet the way for leg now, white can, I the target time. If they want slack, I may they give me the can. If you not size me, I go split time. If you not work, I go put foam. I like Amorim. He's doing so well. He might not be the A-class coach like you want for yourself, but I don't know if you're saying it, but I think I'm saying something in the team now. Playing double pivots or those pivotal guys in the midfield, Owate and Casemiro, the way they're playing, Dalo and Dogu. These are perfect players for him. Dogu is just a good player from Lecce. You can watch him play, advances so high. Now, that game yesterday, when we were starting the show, we were talking about Onana off air. And these both big names I have here in the studio are not fan of Onana. But don't forget, Onana has got a value. Now, I talked about Onana on the Friday morning show, where I said, there are players and their goalkeepers who's got presence. You don't even need to be a good goalkeeper to have presence. When Simon Athletic Club has it, Manuel Neuer has it, the presence. Thibaut Courtois does not have that full presence like that. He's big, but not just what I mean. Then Emiliano Martinez, Walker Aston Villa. Onana has that. So Onana, that goalkeeper is going to do you like say you won't miss him. He has that. You go ginger, you say you go lose. But what happened? David, let me start with you. Wait, which one was the problem on the Thursday? Was it the second goal or both goals? And if you say the second goal, please tell me what he would have done. I don't mind if you show me an example.
Okay.
Take this
I wanted to just say, can we just close the show right now? Because I don't want to talk about this guy. But the honest truth is, I kind of like his persona.
Okay.
And the reason why I do like his persona is he's a player who does not look like that pressure is on his body. I mean, his confidence is out of this world.
Yeah.
So even after that error, if you see him in another game, he has that confidence. Like, I will kill everybody. I mean, how? Both goals on Onana's error, and it's not the first time. It's not the first time he's doing it. But unfortunately, Manchester United will stick with him. I also hear that the Manchester United team would also be gunning for another goalkeeper. Might just be another reason, maybe, just like I told someone a couple of days ago. Amorim is trying to give everybody their last game.
Yeah, last game.
Quotes me.
Amorim.
By the end of the season, if he gets some players that he desires, some players will not see 3 games in a season.
Is Onana one of them? Could he be one of them?
I won't be surprised.
Okay, so before we leave the show, you can tell me Onana. So I'm saying behind there should be in the post. What's going on? Just like Onana.
This your white fits that Amorim shoe.
Yeah, I think so.
So at least in the second, you get what you go pick.
I need that can.
There's nothing to like about Onana.
Really?
There's nothing to like about Onana.
I thought he's brave.
Brave.
He's just confident in rubbish.
The both goals, is his fault or just one?
The both of them, absolutely.
What should they have done?
Now the thing is, the second goal, if he were to be a goalkeeper who is not known to be, careless, perhaps you might want to cut him some slack. But that ball, the way he actually placed his hand was a problem. There's a way.
And it came out.
Yes, that's what happened, right? And it's unfortunate. United had to actually go back to do exactly what they did in the first leg, to put themselves in good position. But it's so unfortunate. Onana actually cost United the 3 points in that particular.
All right, so we need to cut it from here. We need to wrap up here. Thank you so much, Lagos City and beyond, for being part of the show, guys. Thank you so much for making the weekend kick off a very, very fantastic time, or fantastic time, that's the best word, spectacular moment. Thank you so much, I appreciate you guys. And also for you also watching from home, I don't know where you're watching from, I must say thank you so much for being part of this one. This show comes your way again, hopefully next week, Saturday, we'll be back on the show to tell them more about everything that has to do with sports. But then, please, I beg you, feel like Declan Rice, never feel like Andre Onana at this point. My name is Kitty Ken, I'm signing out. I am the only football player without a jersey. Weekend kickoff comes your way again, I'm signing out.